Hello and welcome everybody back to the second episode of the Underground Podcast, a podcast where we introduce and get to know smaller, bigger, and medium-sized content creators. Today we have a special episode. We have two of new content creators. One is going to be Myden. He's been streaming for about 2 years as well as content creating. He did have around 1.1k on Twitch. He had to create a new one. And then we also have one named Altitud. He has around 2.1, I think it is, on Twitch. He's pretty big as well, so we're going to talk to them, speak to them, see what their opinions are on a bunch of things. Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yo.
What up?
Alright, so I guess we'll just, we'll start off with the first question. If you guys want to answer, whatever, I didn't go first, I'll go first. But the first question to ask is, how do you both want to grow here? Because in the next couple months of 2021, how do you guys want to grow as content creators and streamers, I guess?
Myden, you want to take it first?
Sure. So basically, my goal is to upload on TikTok, and I need to grind on TikTok, upload clips either daily or very frequently. Have good hashtags and upload quality content. Like every week, upload on YouTube with maybe a 10-minute video of Warzone, like a really good game, and that's probably about it.
All right, cool. Your turn, Altitude.
All right. So for me, I have to go back to the beginning. I started streaming by being a competitive player and stuff. And for the future, I really want to focus on me trying to become more of a personality and branding myself around that and just growing my audience on TikTok. And because I think it's really important to gauge an audience that isn't going to leave when you stop playing a game. So I think it's really important to get an audience that will stay there for you. So that's kind of what I'm going to start working on and try and grow over the next couple months in 2021.
Yeah,
Yep.
I definitely think with what you said with the personality aspect, I think that's a lot of people, especially a lot of content creators, overlook that the game that you are playing can only take you, so far, where personality is key. I use Nadeshot a lot if you look at the last episode, but Nadeshot, I think he did such a great job at that and just branding himself as, as a content creator, with his personality that he had, which was so different from everybody, all the other pro players, and then with also creating 100 Thieves, which was completely different, nothing any other pro players ever done.
Mm-hmm. And then even the complete opposite, where you can see channels and these personalities just completely die because their game dies or they just stop wanting to play the game and their views go down significantly.
Yeah.
And it's just a coin flip, honestly.
Yeah, and I think with both you guys said, posting more on, or I don't know if you said it exactly, Altitude, but posting more on TikTok and all that. I think that's it's such a way to grow. We'll get more into that later in the episode, but I think there's so many more ways to grow than just YouTube and just Twitch, because obviously those two aren't the most discoverable platforms, and TikTok is just, I think, just way more viable nowadays to get bigger on certain platforms.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
All right. So this one is going to be mainly towards Myden. Altitude, we'll get to you next, but Myden,
For sure.
obviously with playing Modern Warfare, with basically Warzone, that's going to be your main source of content. Where do you see Warzone in the next 2 to 3 years? Because I personally think Warzone will obviously keep growing, but I personally don't give that game another 5 years, as the top charts as it is right now. But,
Yeah.
I just want to get your opinion on where you kind of see this game going.
With Warzone, if the devs keep up with decent updates and not add dumb stuff into the game and broken metas and just totally unbalanced guns, I think it'll be pretty good for the future. And then also it's kind of combined with Cold War, which is the newest COD that just came out recently.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to have a pretty good integration when the new season comes out this March. And I think it'll last for quite a while, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree with that. Warzone, I think they did such a great job with the Warzone, even though, there were a couple, there are still, and were,
Few Roblox.
there were a couple, just major things that I think drew people away, but there were way more things that drew people towards that game. I think, just the overall aspect that, and the Call of Duty itself, Activision, they made such a good call with, knowing what people wanted was a battle
Mhm.
royale at the time. Fortnite being so huge and popular over these past couple years, I think they did a really good job with knowing, oh, okay, well, these guys obviously are liking battle royales. They like our game, Call of Duty. So I mean,
Mhm.
might as well integrate that kind of aspect in. And
Yeah.
I thought that was a great idea. All right, Altitude, for you, I know you play Valorant, and obviously Minecraft. Obviously, Minecraft, is going to keep growing.
Hmm.
But same question for you. Where do you see kind of Valorant going? Because I know that game obviously took over, kind of during COVID and all that. But where do you see this game
Hmm.
going? And also, do you plan on playing competitively in that game? Because I know that game is looking for the comp scene isn't. It's big, obviously, but it's obviously going to keep growing. And do you plan on doing any of that? And where do you see the game?
All right, so right now, I'm not planning on going pro in Valorant or anything, just because the skill gap is pretty high in that game, and I could definitely see it happening in the future, but not anytime soon. It's a very hard game to be like the best at. And that's where it's going. I think Valorant will probably be the dominant first-person shooter for years to come. I couldn't tell you exactly how long, but its really only competitor right now is going to be if like CS can release another game that will compete with it, because Valorant basically took three-fourths of CS:GO's big names and just made them Valorant's big names now. They're no longer CS pros, they're Valorant pros. And people are just going to keep on going over to Valorant because CS is just going to be losing its people. And even with like Overwatch too, you see like people leaving from Overwatch Pro League, like Sinatra and stuff. I think Valorant made an amazing opportunity in the pandemic, and I think they're honestly not going to slow down.
Yeah, I definitely what you said about the Overwatch pro moving over. That's something I personally I don't know. It may have happened before, but I've never seen a completely different pro from obviously Overwatch and Valorant slash CS, which are two kind of similar mechanically based
Mhm.
games. I've never seen a player from that aspect of Overwatch, which is super fast paced and it's all over the place. Where CS is
Oh,
more
yeah.
straightforward, and I've never seen
Mhm.
honestly that happen where pro come over and and he succeeded. He is succeeding and succeeded from what I've seen watching a little bit of
Yeah, he's
Valorant.
amazing.
But yeah.
He's one of those talents like Psalm from Fortnite that can really just be good at any game he plays.
Yes, and I think on that aspect, on that topic, Shroud, who is obviously
Yeah.
was a very big, very very big name in CS:GO, and is top of Twitch, top of Mixer, whatever he streams on. He's
Mhm.
on all that, and I think a lot of people overlook. I think his biggest talent within games is his ability to be the top. He may not be the top forever
Yeah.
in the game, but he can adapt to a game like instantly, pretty much. And
Mhm.
that's what I think his talent is adapting to any game he plays, which is Fortnite, CS, Tarkov. I've seen him play that a lot, but just
Yeah.
different games that he can provide his own personality, which is really laid back, chill, and just that really high skill gameplay that I think people just can't really bring nowadays.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Next question. What do you guys think? Because the last person I interviewed kind of thought, there wasn't. What do you guys think is one of the most overrated things that a content creator could do when trying to get bigger, trying to stream on Twitch, doing all that.
Overrated or underrated?
Overrated for now. We'll get to the underrated next.
Myden, I'll let you take it.
For that subject, basically, there's some content creators that are like, uploading like the same content as other people, and if someone's like better than you, but you try to upload the same content as him, then there is a potential in getting big off of that, but it might be like a little bit less than trying to be unique with your content and not like upload the same as like other people.
Yeah, a lot of times if you do that, you're going to be in the shadows.
Yeah. I definitely think that content creators, like we said before, a lot more personality to their gameplay. I mean, if you look at Strafe, for example, because I think all three of us. I don't know if you do Altitude, but me and Myden do. Strafe, his name is. He's a COD.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the reason he's gained a lot of traction is just because, I mean, personally, I didn't know other COD, really good players, like EXO, like Feudus before him. And I think a lot of people that were kind of like that, oh, well, I know Strafe, dude. And then, he obviously brought kind of out of the shadows for me, I think, was, like Feudus and all that. But I think the reason he is, sustaining and growing more every day is just because his overall talent. And, he does bring a little bit of personality, especially to his streams, not so much of his YouTube, just because of his overall talent that he doesn't have to show his personality too much in his content, which YouTube, just because his overall talent, kind of brings that to the table.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same thing with like Default. Basically, he went from playing Rainbow Six Siege. He was pretty good at Rainbow, and then when Warzone came out, he started streaming Warzone, and basically like his aim from Siege just transferred over to COD, and like he's really good at the game. Like his aim is like just on point, like tracking everything. It's like basically I feel like Default would be like the type of person to be able to just like transfer over to like any game, but like still be good at it.
Yeah, I think with that topic that you said, like, transferring over to Siege, and obviously it transferred it for him really well, but I think people kind of think that, oh, well, since, you had really good aim on Siege, you had really good on Valorant, that you're going to be able to just be the best player, in the world at this game, just because that game requires a little more, recoil control and a little more, brains. Obviously, the brains part kind of transfers over a little bit after you start. I think the aim aspect, obviously, it transfers for some people, but it's kind of, I think it's overrated in that kind of aspect. Like, yeah, you can have really good recoil control, and that may transfer over just a little bit. But they're two completely different games, honestly.
Yeah.
COD with not having as much COD with not having as much recoil, with Valorant and Siege having so much recoil. I think it kind of like, oh well, it's overrated in my point of view. Go ahead, Altitude.
Yeah, and even on like Valorant and stuff, like the rank, Plat 1, Plat 2, Plat 3, that's probably like the most hard stuck rank right now, just because everyone is so good at aiming in that, but there's so many people that just like don't have like the 1,000 IQ plays, and like they just don't have good game sense.
Great.
And that really just comes in with like people switching games, maybe some of them coming from like Fortnite, which is obviously like a very different game and stuff. But I also wanted to touch up on something else that I think is very overrated in streaming, and I think that's graphics. I think graphics, really, you could get away with doing nothing, and it's really just about your personality.
Yeah. I definitely think streamers nowadays are like so obsessed on how their game looks, on how their background looks, on how, the overall stream looks in general. And obviously it is a very big and important, to make sure that you're not running, 360p. But I think people are so obsessed with getting, their Modern Warfare, whatever game they're playing, to the lowest FPS, but looking, chip and shine. Where if people are going to either watch you for personality or your skill, and we've seen all sorts of streamers like that. Most people aren't mostly watching for your graphics, and obviously people aren't going to watch the 360p, but if you're 720p to 1080p and above, people are going to be fine with it. You don't have to be running max settings on COD, Valorant, Minecraft, whatever you're playing.
I was talking about like face cam overlays and stuff.
Yeah,
because like I know a lot of people use that as like excuses, like, oh, I don't like have panels or face cam overlays. I mean, just look at a guy like XQC, like he literally has nothing. People go there for him.
Yeah, and XQC is a super good example of a personality, and he was a pro in Overwatch, I believe.
Yeah.
And like you said, like with the panels and all that and face cam overlay, honestly, dude, just go on like Google and search up, face cam
Yeah,
POV
yeah,
whatever it
exactly.
is. Like it's not that deep, especially with you trying to grow. People aren't going to be worried about, the panels you have or the face cam overlay you have or the border you have. People are going to either be there for you or
Or
your
your
obviously
gameplay.
your gameplay. I think that's people obviously do overlook that way too much. With that was a good topic right there. All right. I guess we'll go on to the next one. What is one thing that you two wish you would have done earlier, when you were content creating? Something that you are maybe doing now, or planning to do that you wish you would have done earlier.
Uh,
Um,
do you want to go first, Myden, or?
you go first.
All right. Something I wish I did earlier. Honestly, just engaging with my viewers more. I feel like in the beginning, I had a pretty good start in the beginning. Like I would get 10 to 20 viewers average. And I honestly like took a break for like 3 months at one point, and I came back and everything changed. I mean, I was averaging like literally nothing after that. And I think just being able to take breaks that aren't going to be too long for you to lose your viewers, keep in contact with your viewers, engage with them, because really they are going to be the people that can make you make this a career.
Yeah, definitely. Um, I think consistency is a huge part when trying to grow, especially
Yes.
on
Yeah.
YouTube and TikTok and all that, because you can be as consistent as you want on Twitch, but it's such a slow it's such a slow process where if you're consistent on so many other, like Twitter or TikTok, YouTube, if you're consistent on there, you're going to grow eventually.
Hmm.
Matter of
Twitch
time.
just needs to have like a discover like page just
Exactly.
for like new streamers with like not a lot of viewers. And I mean they kind of already have like a feature going on. If you use channel points, you could actually like promote people's
Yeah.
streams, so it'll show up on the front page of Twitch. But if
But
there's
again,
like,
like even to do that, you need to have like a good viewer base
yeah,
to get promoted.
Yeah.
they just need kind of like a for you page or something, just like kind of like a clip
Definitely.
upload page or something. Because if you see like a funny clip or whatever, and you might want to check out that streamer and like hit them with the follow, and then like
Yeah.
when they're live later, you might want to check them out. Like maybe that could be an option or something.
Even something that could be so easy is using TikTok to be able to connect your Twitch account to it. So you don't
Yes.
have to actually like leave the app. You can just do like what Instagram and YouTube is on there, where you could just like connect your Twitch and people can just click the Instagram icon and it
Hmm.
will say go to their Twitch. Because even that would make it so much easier. Because I know I see these big content creators or like up and coming ones that I would be like, oh, I would love to watch their Twitch streams on TikTok. I see them, and it's just so hard. Like there needs to be another way to get to the Twitch streams easier.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And definitely on the Twitch needs to add that kind of function where you can discover people way, just better. I definitely agree with that. Twitch needs to add something where, it doesn't even have to be clips. Clips would obviously be super fun and engaging with smaller content creators, but just a way like so you don't have to click the lowest to highest viewership on a certain game. You can just scroll down and it'll be there. I mean, they added so many things for all these different things especially with things going on in the community. They add, a bunch of ways to discover people that may have not been as discoverable. But I definitely think they should add something where you scroll down a little bit. Oh, okay. Well, here's like kind of the bottom of the leaderboard for games. Maybe not even the bottom. The medium. Larger, whatever it may be. Whatever you want to look for.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
should definitely be a thing where it's something you want to look for. Maybe you're not as ecstatic to watch, Ninja or XQC or Shroud, and you want to see somebody who's kind of up and coming in the shadows, but you don't get that feature without going through a bunch of looking for it.
Hmm.
All right. So with the overrated concept that we just talked about earlier, what would you guys think is the most underrated thing when creating content? Whether that be a certain creating content on other things, whatever it may be. What do you guys think is the most underrated thing?
Not
I have, I
not
have
quite
one
for
then.
sure.
Yeah,
Go
I'll
ahead.
go. Yeah, yeah. I think something that I I haven't. I've tried doing and failed at, but I think it is so underrated. Is Discord. Myden is like grown in this. His Discord is becoming pretty big.
Definitely.
And I think Discord, just creating your own community Discord is going to be something really, really huge. I know a lot of people do it just to like start off, but then they like never touch it again. Like I always see Myden in his Discord talking to viewers, talking to friends, and just like getting the viewers involved in there because the Discord is like honestly the perfect way to keep in contact with all your viewers.
Yeah.
It's just to engage with your community and grow it.
I definitely think that I may not be in always talking in my Discord. I peep in there and I'll see what people are talking about. But I definitely think Myden's done a really good job with making his community Discord, and a bunch of people have. I think Strafe has a good one. Default has Default is a special community. It's it's something else over there. But a bunch of people have made such great.
Just a little roller coaster.
Yeah.
You get some toxic people in there every once in a while, but then we'll just boot them out.
Experience when you go in there and try to talk, but especially when you're new. But I think people definitely overlook community Discord, especially just because even if you're not streaming, you can have it on your phone, your tablet, your computer. Obviously, you can have it everywhere, and you can always be interacting with people. Whether it be your friends, your mods, your viewers, new people who have found you on Instagram, TikTok. They have just found you, and then they're wondering, hey, what do you stream? What do you stream? You could just talk to them in there, and it's super super.
And like a thing that I have noticed in my chat sometimes too is people will literally come to my stream because I'm in like some Discord and they just saw that I was live. It's exactly like that is what like TikTok needs because you can literally click on my name and go to my stream.
Yeah, I liked how Discord added that where you can link your Twitch and when you stream will pop up. I definitely do enjoy that. Yeah, streamer mode. I definitely do enjoy that. And Twitch, I mean, not Twitch, does TikTok.
Overall needs to expand. I think they need to show that they see that there is a gaming community on TikTok. And I honestly, like something like what YouTube did with like YouTube and then like YouTube gaming, like they're two separate things. They need like a whole section on TikTok just for gaming, in my opinion.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, just when you're searching, you could say how obviously when you click on the search tab, there's a bunch of different there's a Black History Month, there's dancing, all that, and they definitely should kind of see what the gaming community for what it is, because I definitely think they overlook it because they're just like I personally only follow gaming content creators on there. I don't really follow any of the other things. I definitely think they should add something like that where you could click on Twitch streams because they can link it and you could watch Twitch streams from your TikTok, so you don't have to go to Twitch. And, if somebody wants to find you,
for sure,
right there at the fingertips. But yeah, I definitely think I definitely do think that was that's that and Discord. Like Discord, obviously, as we said, is just super big. Right,
super big, super interactive.
Yes, definitely. I think, and when you said, I forgot to touch up when you said, people who make the Discord and they don't really go back to touch on it or do anything like that. I definitely think Discord, it can be very, very like you could utilize it very well. But if you don't, utilize it to its max potential, like adding commands, bots, making roles for people. Channel points or another channel points, but like the ranking system. I personally love the ranking system, so that people can see. I chat in here a lot. Whatever. I definitely think if you don't go back and touch on your specific, like these specific parts of your Discord that maybe somebody complained about it, like that, and you don't go back to touch on it, I think that can really ruin and like make or break a.
Yeah, and then like Myden, like he is just so consistent with it. Like he uses his Myden Discord as it's like his second stream chat. He's like always active in it. So that's something I really applaud him to.
Yeah, I definitely think that was something that I thought when I first saw Myden, in Default's Discord, I joined his Discord. I definitely thought that was something that was super neat because Default when I was in there, they're not special channels or anything. It's a self promo, a class, and in general. But when I went over there, I was very I was blown away by the potential and what it already had in the Discord. All right. I think that's going to actually wrap up all the questions. We kind of blew through those. Um, but yeah, there were some very good talking points I think in there. We
Yep.
got some things
sure.
done. If you guys want to go ahead and check Myden or Altitude out, I'll leave all their stuff down in the description below. Both good streamers on Twitch that are going to both be making here 2021. Yeah, I hope you guys.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
thank
having
you
both
so
of
much
you guys.
for having us.
And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And